Hey everyone, it's JoJo, and today I have the new Beyblade Burst Sparking. In the middle we have Super Hyperion, on the left we have King Helios, and on the right we have Glide Ragnarok. But in this video, I'll be unboxing Super Hyperion. Before I get into that, you might be wondering, is it Sparking or is it Super King? It's actually both. So when you translate this new text here, it literally translates to Super King, but when you pronounce it, especially with a Japanese accent, it sounds like Sparking. So you could either say it either way, or just pronounce it Sparking, or just pronounce it Super King, but you're correct either way. I'll be pronouncing it as Sparking because Sparking is the gimmick of these Beyblades, especially just in the launchers. Anyway, with that out the way, let's get to unboxing this awesome new series. So here we have Super Hyperion. We have a new design to the packaging. It says Super King in huge bold text down here on the left, and pretty much the same logos around. We have the new logo for Sparking and this awesome graphic of Super Hyperion, and then we have the new character and the owner of this Beyblade, and this is B159. It is a booster. We have the side view of the packaging. There's another one showing all the other logos. So this is an attack type, still part of the burst system. It's a right spin, but also part of the Sparking series. And here is the back side of the packaging. So this top part is explaining the ability of this Beyblade. And then we have all the parts here. So we have some new parts. So Super Hyperion 1A, we have the abbreviation here on the left. We have the Sparking chip, HY for Hyperion. We have the ring, no longer called the layer, which is Super. And then we have the chassis. This is a new part here, the chassis. This is 1A for one attack. And we have the driver, which is the same name, but this is also a new part called Exceed. And we'll go into detail on all of that when I get to the unboxing. And it's pretty cool what they're doing with this new series. Alright, and so we have a little explanation of the chassis, and from what I know, the chassis is not compatible with the older generations of Beyblade, so that's also an interesting turn with this new series. You can't use the old layers with the chassis, only with the new layers. I'm sorry, the new rings, I should say. Alright, so let's get this unboxed. Alright, and here we have Super Hyperion. But really quick, we do have the new Super King or Sparking customized guide featuring the 3 new Beyblades. So go ahead and pause if you want to check that out. And on the bottom, we have the 2 new characters and a teaser for the next Sparking Beyblade. And that is definitely the new Valkyrie. So it says April 25th, 2020. Okay, let's check out this new Beyblade, Super Hyperion. Let's start off with the layer, or the ring, and the chip core. There's a lot of new stuff going on in here, so I'm going to do my best to explain it to you guys. Alright, so this is a right spinning ring, and we have Super Hyperion, the motif there in the middle, with the chip core as well, and a very aggressive looking layer. This kind of reminds me of a right spinning Zwei Longinus a little bit. As you can see, there's a lot of upper attack here with this really long blade, and we also have these really sharp ones here toward the end, and it repeats on the other side. Almost similar again to Zwei Longinus, but going in the opposite direction. We have this huge upper attack blade, and then we have like a longer blade here, but this one is more like split into 2, and it looks like it inclines a little bit steeper than Zwei. Alright, and then we don't have a GT chip anymore. This is the Sparking chip, and we have an extra piece in there called the chip core. So to remove that, here is the underside. You can see it just slides on into these slots here, and you basically just turn it and you slip that out, and you just have the ring by itself. And it does say R. I believe that is just for right rotation, so you can only use Sparking chips that are right rotation for this ring. And then we have the chip here, closer look at the details, and I did put all the stickers on on the Beyblade. It's an underside, and we do have, again, this extra piece called the chip core, and to remove it you just push these tabs out, and then it's a little, you know, these little tabs here, they do get in the way, so you have to turn it. You have to turn it to let it slip out, and you could customize it with another chip core. So this is the one that I got from the random booster, and to put that in, you kind of put it in sideways again, and then push that in, and you have a different chip core in the middle. I am not exactly sure what they do yet. So if anyone knows, just let me know in the comment section. I don't have the launcher, so I don't know if they have anything to do with the sparking launcher. But yeah, just let me know in the comments below. This is a new product to all of us, so I'm not going to know everything about this. We're all just kind of learning as we go. Alright, and then to put it back, you just align the top tabs into the slots there, and then you turn, and there you have your layer all put together again. And there is no metal in this layer or the ring. I don't know what you would want to call it. Alright, so moving on, we have this huge chunky thing called the chassis. And there's a lot of stuff going on in here. Alright, so we have, in the plastic part, we have 4 blades, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a ton of metal going on here, this outer part. We also have this other metal piece that turns, and I'll explain that in a little bit. Combined with this, kind of like gives it the ability. So to combine it, or to put it together, you align these tabs here in the middle from the ring, and slide it into this there. And you don't have to turn it, you just push it in, and it should click together, and that should hold all together. So it's not like your regular disc that you would get from the previous series. Alright, and then now this, you might be wondering why this spins. It's because you need to put your driver into the Beyblade to put it together, and that's how it is put together. So you got this really huge, like, chonky thing. But yeah, we'll get into that a little bit later. Alright, so the ability, again, for this is that when the blades of the chassis align with the blades of the ring, it's supposed to deliver a huge upper attack. So let's put this together and take a look at how it aligns. So again, you got to click that, and it should just, again, stay. Alright, so we have this blade here on the bottom with the chassis kind of aligned in between these two here, like toward the end of the upper attack. And then we have another one aligned with the beginning of the slope, and it repeats on the other side. So I don't think there's any mode change or anything like that, unlike with the other Beyblades, which I'll get to in a different video. But yeah, this is, yeah, not quite sure how I feel. It is really heavy. The chassis, at least, the layer or the ring is really, really light. I want to say it's kind of like Hasbro level of lights. And we will be doing some weight tests later on as well. Alright, next up we have the driver. This is called Exceed. So this being an attack type, of course it's going to have a flat tip and also a rubber tip, but on top of that it has this free spinning, like, outer plate. So I think when it slows down, it might help with rolling a little bit and give it a little bit more survivability, kind of like with Destroy attack type drivers, kind of like that. But yeah, really excited to see how this works. It also looks pretty tall too, and that actually spins not so bad. It's no bearing, but it's not bad. All right, let's do some weight tests. First up, let's weigh the ring with the chip and everything. 9.72. All right, that's pretty light. Let's compare that to something like Lord. Yeah, that's extremely light. Like I said before, it's kind of like Hasbro Hypersphere level of weights. And let's just compare that to Zwei. Yeah, really, really light. But it really does make up for the weight in the chassis. So here is the chassis. This is 1A or 1 attack. 45.62, that is massive. And let's compare that to something like 00 wall. 29.17, and then sting 28.67, and then we have blitz 28.74. Yeah, that is insanely heavy. So what it lacks in the ring and chip, it definitely makes up for it in the chassis. And then just for fun, here we have Exceed 6.06. And before we move on to the test battle, I do want to show that these are not compatible with the previous Beyblade. There is literally nowhere to hook it on. So yeah, there's literally no place to put it together. It's too wide, too big. So the chassis only work with the sparking Beyblades, the rings, and the chips. Alright, and let's demonstrate how to put this together again. You just basically align those prongs, put it in the slot, snap it together, and this is a right spinning, so you want to put this wheel all the way over to the left so you could fasten it to the right, and there you have it. Super Hyperion 1A Exceed. Spin test time. Really curious about the Exceed driver. Alright, we're gonna do this a couple of ways. One straight down and then one at an angle. So straight down, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh my god. I can really hear that that free spinning plate turning too. Yeah, for a rubber chip, it's got quite an amount of stamina. And just the weight of it, like, tossed it around. And you can kind of see how it wobbles and kind of tilting on that free spinning plate. Yeah, so rather than just like flopping over right away. That was actually not bad. So let's do at an angle. 3, 2, 1, go. I kind of like that. I like how it stalls a little bit, like if you have an awakened volcanic. Yeah, I definitely see Exceed having some potential in competitive Beyblade. Yeah, that's actually really, really cool. Alright, so let's do a test battle, and since I already had Zwei Longinus out, let's see how it fares up against it. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, double knockout. 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh, oh, it came back in. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, just way too heavy. Just knocked around so many times. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh man! It still gets knocked out a lot. However, these are both Beyblades have extreme upper attack, just going in opposite directions. So you could just imagine that collision. Actually, you don't have to imagine, you just saw it. Just all those collisions and KOs going on between these two Beyblades. Alright, so that is where I'm going to end this unboxing and review of the new Beyblade Burst Sparking Super Hyperion. What do you guys think about this new system? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, if there's anything I missed, I'd love to hear your feedback as well. Again, just let me know in the comment section. This is a new series to all of us, so again, we're just learning as we go. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and stay tuned because I have more unboxings to come. I'll see you guys soon.